Hi doctors, welcome to our Quality Control of Pharmaceutical project in Misr University for Science and Technology. Today we are going to talk about industry regulations including ICH and EMA guidelines. Industrial regulations include importance of quality in pharmaceuticals. Quality has become a crucial focus in the pharmaceutical industry. Also global harmonization. Countries have united to harmonize practices and guidelines for pharmaceutical manufacturing. In addition, FDA CGMP initiative. The FDA introduced current good manufacturing practices for the 21st century, emphasizing modern quality standards. Increased quality awareness. There is heightened awareness of the importance of medicine quality. Guideline sources are WHO guidelines, FDA guidelines, EU guidelines, ICH, International Council for Harmonization Guidelines, EMA, European Medicine Agency guidelines. ICH guidelines, International Conference on Harmonization, ICH, a collaborative project involving regulatory authorities from Europe, Japan, and the US, along with pharmaceutical industry experts. Its purpose: to harmonize scientific and technical requirements for the registration of pharmaceuticals. Its objectives: elimination of unnecessary delays in global medicine development and availability, ensuring quality, safety, and efficacy while upholding public health regulations. Finally, efficient use of human, animal, and material resources. ICH formation, established in 1990 to harmonize technical requirements for pharmaceutical registration. 6-party expert working groups. ICH guideline development process. Step 1. EWG prepares a final harmonized draft. Step 2. Draft is signed by the steering committee, allowing consultation. Step 3. Consultation with regional regulatory bodies and public comment, approximately 6 months. Step 4. EWG finalized the document and submits it to the steering committee for endorsement. Step 5. Guidelines are incorporated into national or regional procedures, completing the process. EMA guidelines. First, EMA's role in guideline development. The EMA's Committee for Medicinal Products for Human Use collaborates with EU member states to create scientific guidelines that support marketing authorization applications for human medicines. Second, harmonized approach. EMA guidelines represent a unified EU interpretation and application of quality, safety, and efficacy requirements as per community directives. Third, EMA 2011 Bioanalytical Method Validation Guideline, evaluated by the European Bioanalysis Forum in 2012. Workshop discussed implementation, challenges, ambiguities, and compared differences with the 2011 US FDA guideline, aimed at uniform interpretation for smooth implementation across laboratories. Continuing the EMA guidelines. BMV guideline structure and focus. The guideline is well organized, separating method validation from sample analysis, and aligns with scientific practices for legend-binding assays. EBF and BMV guideline development. EBF discussions started in 2009 following EMA's concept paper on BMV. EBF voiced the need for harmonization and organized symposia with regulators to discuss the guideline draft. Purpose of bioanalysis and BMV. Bioanalysis focuses on identifying and quantifying analytes in biological matrices. BMV ensures reliable results for pharmacokinetic and toxicological studies, conveying sample handling and preparation for accurate drug dosing and patient safety. The FDA and the EMA documents are similar, but not identical. The FDA, US Food and Drug Administration, and EMA, European Medicines Agency, have similar rules in regulating medicines and medical products, but they differ in terminology and process, so let's compare between them. The FDA refers to drug and biologics, while the EMA uses medicinal product to describe both chemical drugs and biological medicines. The FDA issues an approval when a drug is deemed safe and effective, while the EMA issues a marketing authorization rather than approval. EMAs are often granted by the European Commission after a positive recommendation from the EMA. The FDA uses post-marketing surveillance for monitoring safety after approval. The EMA uses pharmacovigilance for safety monitoring and adverse event reporting. The FDA requires an investigational new drug application to start clinical trials in humans, but the EMA requires a clinical trial application to start clinical trials in humans. The FDA approves a label which includes the prescribing information and patient information, but the EMA uses the summary of product characteristics, which serves a similar purpose but includes additional sections and detail required for EU use. The FDA companies submit a new drug application for small molecules or a biologics license application for biologics. But EMA companies submit a marketing authorization application for both chemical drugs and biologics. The FDA offers fast track, breakthrough therapy, priority review, and accelerated approval designation to expedite the review process, while the EMA uses accelerated assessment and conditional marketing authorization to speed up access for certain medicines. The FDA refers to non-prescription drugs as over-the-counter (OTC), but the EMA refers to them as non-prescription or non-prescription medicines. The FDA grants orphan drug designation to drug intended for rare disease, but the EMA uses orphan medicinal product designation with criteria that are slightly different, especially around prevalence threshold in the EU.